Hey, what's up everybody? It's Stadium He-Man Paintball Tech. Today, I finally got in my pump kit from PMP Industries. I'm going to put it there because it's probably going to fall. So I figured I would do a pump show on how to install a pump into your autococker. Now mine, the one I'm going to be putting in, already has it, but this one actually belongs to a buddy of mine. I was just born in it to see how I like it, and I liked it, so I got my own. And around we go. Anyways, so I'll just get an unboxing of this. I already opened it because when I saw it was pump, just had to dig right into it. Anyways, wrap, bill. What you get is this pump handle, right? Some nice little finger grooves. Get the return spring, pump arm guy, dealy, and you get one of the, and you get your rod. Anyways, usually what happens here when you're going to do an autococker, they obviously don't already have a pump kit on them. I have them on the front block. This is my front block. It's stripped out. I have all the internals for, not internals, pneumatics for another project, but I'll get into that later. Anyways, all that you pretty much have to do, this one has the solenoid on it, but usually there's a three-way here. You want to do some little grub screws off your trigger. You pull that little rod out. You undo your thing from your ram, your pump rod from your ram, which is usually here. You undo your banjo bolt, which is this bad boy here, and this whole thing pops off. Now, if you're fortunate enough to already have the pump kit on there, what you want to do is first you're going to start by removing your barrel. Die ultralight with a stiffy tip on it at the moment. Your hopper. Brass Eagle pocket hopper. I do have a Winchester one on the way, and for that I will be putting, I'm actually hoping to do that lock lid pod thing. And you're going to want to remove your back block. Go ahead and take the bolts out of there. Rod. Screw the back block. See. And when you're building a pump, it's generally a good idea to get an underboard barrel, not just for the obvious reasons which Cocker, Punk, and Bryce so kindly pointed out in their barrel test. I highly suggest you go watch them. Punkworks, YouTube, check it out. They're really interesting videos, but also because an underboard barrel, you're less likely to get a rollout. When you're playing pump, that really sucks. You shot a line up, pull the trigger, you already had a rollout, you didn't notice, and they turn around and start unloading on you with egos and whatnot. Anyways, and you take this off. I'm just gonna leave my screw in there, my little return spring in there. Then you want to take this bad boy off. I'll just use this. Some of these, they have different ways, like this one has a hole through it that you just stick an Allen key and use that for torque. This one has a flat end on it. Put this on, screw it, take it off, and then we'll go to my new one, which is here. Yeah, see, this one has a hole through it. You just stick a stick through there or something and you get a little extra torque on it. Now, before you put this in, I always like to lube them first. This is the first pump I've ever built, but like for me, I've done a few of them for buddies. I use Hater Marmalade sauce right now. Not really sauce, but it works. It's good. Take a little bit of that. I always like to do this. And you put a little bit around your threads. And then you want to screw it into the front of the gun. Please be the right one. Yes, it's the right one. How often does that happen? Don't worry, you don't have to answer that. As far as grip frames go, I'll just use this. Bingo. You can use any grip frame. There's a whole bunch. You can have the auto triggers, you can have slider triggers. A lot of people like sliders on autocockers. because I don't know, because just single triggers. Single triggers seem to go. You can use any kind of trigger though. A lot of people like single triggers, or you can even use if your autococker is an XE blade, you can use E trigger on it. You can have an electro pump. Like I say, I'm building a few of those at the moment. I can do a video on that later if you guys really want to. But need more parts for those. Anyways, as far as hopper selection goes, for I didn't screw this thread all the way. As far as hopper selection goes, you can use pocket hoppers, 10-round feed tubes. I have one of those. I'm working on it right now, so I can't show you. Sorry. There are 10-round feed tubes for autocockers. You can track them down, or dig my way and just build your own. Who'd have thought? You can use pocket hoppers. You can use anything, really. I don't really like using the bigger hoppers though, because they're kind of pointless when you play pump. I always kind of like the pocket hoppers better. I never quite like going down 10-round feed tube though. It just never sat well with me. I always like open class. If you kind of go with a halo, they work, but it's kind of overkill. Like, come on. What a lot of people use now, well, not a lot of people. Actually, it's just me who thought of this. Some people mini their Revies, they cut out the center and they just glue the nose back on. Some people put the smaller nose on just a Prophecy, the small nose on those. Like, that would be a nice hopper for pump. I wish I could afford that, but not me. That's why I'm playing pump in the first place. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there it is, it's all on there. Go ahead and put your bolt back in now. All cartridges, always make sure this hole is on the bottom. With any gun, but yeah. Bolt back in here. And yeah, I'm getting a Winchester hopper personally. Right now I'm using a Brass Eagle one. That's just off my Talon Ghost, but that's all I got at the moment, and I don't want to put my Halo on it. Screw this sucker in. And time your autocockers. You want to have this adjusted so when it cocks, the bolt will be just, you can just barely see it out of the feed neck. I know Mike Tech PB actually did a video on that. I'm not endorsing his videos or anything, it's just, it's a good way to time autocockers. There we go. Okay, there it is, with the pump kit already on it. Just bam, bam. Put my belt right on it. And for air supplies, a lot of people use CO2. I don't recommend that because when you're playing pump, you want every advantage you can get. You want every advantage you can get, so I always use air. Right now, I only have a 68, unfortunately. Kind of overkill for pump. I want to get you can get smaller ones from Ninja Air. They're just little air tanks, and they work. You can get about 100 shots out of them, but that's all you need when you're playing pump. And what did I get? Underboard barrel, hopper, gas. Other than that, that's really all you need to know about pumps. And like I say, the trigger frame, a lot of people like one trigger, single triggers, that's all I got laying around right now. I'll actually be making, later, a slider trigger that works as kind of a electro pump deal. Put a mic switch in it. I thought it'd be cool. If you guys think it's cool, like, that's cool too, but cool. So, other than that, I have to go to bed, so steady and out.